If one were to make a list of all the things that Hollywood has beaten into the ground in the last decade, the post-credit scene would absolutely be in the top 10.
No more drug teleporting for you.
They used to be brief punchlines to unfinished gags in the film itself, or cute fourth wall breaking nods to the audience.
It's over. Go home.
But in large part due to a certain cinematic universe, they've become a way to turn every movie into a trailer for another movie.
I'm here to talk to you about the Avenger Initiative.
With that in mind, it might seem weird to you that one of my favorite moments in Star Wars Andor is its post-credits scene. It might seem even weirder that the scene is barely 30 seconds long, that it has no words, no dialogue, and no people, that it has no impact on the course of the show's narrative or the lives of any of its characters, that understanding its full significance requires prior knowledge of the Star Wars universe, that it is, on paper, the absolute worst of what these scenes have to offer. And despite all of that, it is the best post-credit scene ever made. But to find out why, we have to rewind the clock a little. Cassian Andor is a man on the run. Narrowly, he's a man on the run because he killed two rent-a-cops during a shakedown gone wrong. But it very quickly becomes clear that his instinct towards escape is deeper than that. The exact details of Cassian's origins are fuzzy, but this much is clear. Some kind of Imperial mining disaster killed all the adults on his home planet, leaving the children on their own to fend for themselves. It is this experience that forms the foundation of Cassian's deep sense of isolation and atomization. In these first few introductory episodes, he is presented as a man adrift, clearly alienated not just from the Imperial system that is crushing the galaxy spirit under its boot, but from his own friends and family.
Marva said you were out ruining your health and reputation with friends of low character. She told him sooner or later you were going to get yourself into trouble you couldn't talk your way out of. Then she told Grasso that...
Enough.
The few people he has forged connections with over the time on his adoptive home planet of Ferrix regard him with a kind of exasperated contempt, a reputation earned from a life wheeling and dealing without regard for the consequences.
Leave it better than you found it.
The way you always do. The Cassian way.
He's the kind of man that has given up hope for finding a place where he feels he belongs, fully believing that he can keep running from the Imperial Spectre until the day he dies. And then, one day, with his back against the wall,
I know you killed two corpos at Molana 1. I know they're coming for you.
he's given an offer.
Seems like such a waste to let them have you. Waste of talent.
And even though he wants to say no,
I think it's all useless.
Better to spit in their food and steal their trinkets.
It's better to leave. Better to eat, sleep, do what you want.
he's out of options.
Wouldn't you rather give it all at once to something real than carve off useless pieces till there's nothing left?
So he takes it. And, not without significant sacrifice, he follows through. But when it's all said and done, rather than continue on the revolutionary path,
I'm taking my cut. The number I was promised. I did my job. I'm done.
he walks away. He leaves behind potential for a life in the rebellion to eat, sleep, and do what he wants. Let's see how that goes for him.
I'm a tourist.
6 years.
6 years. I'm just a tourist.
Next.
Wait!
There are few examples of limitations breeding creativity better than Andor's answer to the question of how to build a TV-14 labor camp. Narkina 5 is terrifying, more terrifying than some depictions of actual labor camps that I've seen, not in spite of its Spartan sterility, but because of it. It has guards, administrators, and wardens, but these people, these mere individuals, are not the main dispensers of violence here. Instead, the violence is omnipresent, made manifest by the deadly electric floors that cover every inch of the facility. And all of this dispassionate, ruthlessly efficient brutality is in service of cranking out these widgets. widgets that might seem a little familiar.
You don't know me. I fought in Mimban when I was 16. 2 years of it. Straight out of prison into the mud. I'm one of 50 that survived. And who did it turn out we were fighting? Ourselves.
Cassian has seen his planet destroyed, his father executed, and his family shattered by the Empire. On a first gloss, one would think that all of that would make him extra motivated to join the rebellion. But it actually has the opposite effect.
I saw the first minute you came into camp. You're just like me. We were born in the hole, and all we know is climbing over somebody else to get out.
And if he's able to do so, of course he would. The Empire is an omnipresent force, unfathomable in scope to a normal person. Its power seems inescapable. If you have the option to flee, you'd flee. Anyone would. But the thing about an omnipresent force is that it can find you anywhere. On the street, at your job, in your house, and, of course, on the beach. Cassian chose to carve off the useless pieces, chose to spit in their food and steal their trinkets. He chose to run.
You have a different path, Cass, and I am not judging you. Everything you've been through, everything that was taken away from you before you even started. Take all the money you found and go and find some peace.
And his reward for keeping his head down, staying at the fight, and not looking up is that his blood, sweat, and tears are going to be literally transformed into the weapon that will one day kill him. And even though he doesn't know that yet, he's understandably not taking it well.
Nobody's listening. Nobody's listening!
But there's more to this scene than that. It's, of course, poetic and core to the show's central message that Cassian's political apathy is literally transformed into the Death Star. But also core to the show's central message is a deeply accelerationist worldview.
We need the Empire to help. We need them angry. We need them coming down hard. Oppression breeds rebellion.
This line is not just Luthen's opinion about how society works, it is, in the galaxy far, far away, the way things are. It's Cyril's rabid obsession with capturing Cassian that causes the disaster that wipes out almost his whole squad. It's the Empire's repression on Aldhani that pushes Lieutenant Gorn to join the rebels.
He fell in love with a local woman, lost a promotion. Then he lost the woman. Then he lost his taste for the Empire.
It's the very same warrant that the ISB put out for Clea that prevents them from capturing her.
The warrant. To be clear, what's the charge? Sedition, murder, or all of the above?
She's diseased. She escaped the hospital with an infectious condition that threatens everyone with whom she may come in contact. She must be found before thousands die. What's the closest tactical unit we have in here?
Apparently everyone's out running down the emergency disease warrant.
The show is unwaveringly committed to this idea. It can be found everywhere. From improvised explosives to hushed whispers.
You're gambling again.
Nonsense.
And here, in Coruscant.
It's a lie. It's total fantasy.
So it's no wonder that it's this moment
Nobody's listening!
that turns Cassian from an opportunist into a rebel.
I'd rather die trying to take them down than die giving them what they want.
This post-credit scene is not just giving us a lesson about the dangers of political apathy. It is also driving home the central belief of the show. A belief that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. A belief that our desire for freedom will increase in lockstep with the weight of our chains. A belief that, well...
Oppression is the mask of fear. Remember that.
So, of course, it would be the Empire's relentless, merciless desire to build the ultimate weapon and enslave millions to construct it.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
That would create the man that will burn that very same weapon to the ground.
You think Anybody's listening?
Dear. Someone's out there.